Now, so when we're talking about roofs, we're talking about money that has to be paid.
Yes.
And we're also talking about insurance. So first of all, if I'm getting my roof repaired, does insurance cover those costs?
Insurance. So insurance goes based off of your deductible when it goes to repair work.
Okay.
If they approve stuff that's underneath your deductible, that's less than your deductible, they won't be approving and sending you anything. The damages have to be added up to more than your deductible for it to actually be approved for repair work. Now with the roof replacement, they cover everything minus your deductible.
Okay.
So then your deductible will be that only portion. So if your deductible was $1,000, you're paying $1,000 for a brand new roof.
Correct.
So I think roof
exactly what it is. It's an investment because the return is a viable roof that'll last you 20, 30 years in the future to protect you and your family.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're spending or wasting money. You're investing that money.
Definitely.
Absolutely. You've talked about shingles a lot before, and you've really been educating me on shingles. So let's talk about that. Any damage to shingles that is done, is that also covered by insurance?
Certain types of damages. Not all damages are covered. So any storm-related incidences, sometimes they'll approve for like tree damages. If like a tree falls through, it really depends on the amount of damages that is on your roof for them to approve for those shingles.
Gotcha.
Now with hail damage and wind damage, if you can prove and show that this is actual storm-related damages, yes, it will be approved. Now with blistering, so the difference between a blistering and a hail, when you first look at it, it might look the same to you.
Okay.
Now a blister, it actually expands and pops out, and a hail hit goes in and kind of leaves a divot. Now blistering, they'll count that as wear and tear, and that just comes with the age of the roof.
Overall wear.
And they do not cover for blistering.
Gotcha. Because it's general just wear and tear of the roof existing in general, as opposed to something actually happening.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now let's talk about that because we know that there are different acts of God that happen, weather and things of that nature, and now there may be a hole in the roof.
Yeah.
So if you have a hole in the middle of your roof or on the side somewhere, is that hole covered by insurance? Talk more about that.
It depends on how that hole got there.
Okay.
Now, if it was like I was on a roof doing an inspection and I just went straight through, probably not. That would be more of a liability thing for me as an individual. Like if I came through. Now, if you had a tree, and it's windy, it's super windy outside, and the tree branch broke and went through your roof, possibly. You have more of a chance with actual damages from something else caused by something else than like if you were to accidentally fall through your roof or something like that. But like a tree limb and stuff like that, if it punctured a hole in there, as long as they have evidence of that tree limb, that's when it'll make it a lot easier.
Okay, make sure somebody's not going up there punching holes in their roof and trying to get paid.
Definitely.
Okay. Now listen, depending upon where you are regionally, you may get a lot of storms, you may get a lot of hail. Definitely. So for a homeowner that has insurance, does that homeowner's insurance cover hail damage done to a roof?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, it really depends on the policy as well, because some people have policies that do cover for these kind of damages. Some people have like that basic just kind of protection for their home to where they'll look. But some people will have a policy that they have to pay more for, and then some people have policies that they'll have to cover almost everything for.
Got you. So it's based on the policy that they have.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't have the same policy.
Definitely.
Perfect. What about wind damage? Let's talk to me a little bit more about wind damage as well. Is that covered in the homeowners?
Same kind of thing.
With hail?
The policy really it's more of like a storm policy kind of thing. Some people have protection, like most protection on their car, and they have like a super basic something for their roof or vice versa, something like that. Some people have the policies that cover everything, any type of storm-related damages. Some people who have a policy that can only cover one or two different things, like like a house fire or something like that, but they don't have the actual storm coverage. It really depends on the policy that you have, as well as the insurance company that you have.
Well, listen, my mind is blown. I mean, I probably won't remember everything you taught me, but that's the great point about having the opportunity to continue to ask these questions. And I just want to continue to make sure that you know that Alliance Specialty Contractor are subject matter experts when it comes to your roofing needs. So make sure you're asking these questions and make sure those inspections are going down, because you can't let the small things go, because the small things will turn into big issues, correct?
Very true.
All right. And it's my boy Owen Webster, as always, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. He's going to be hosting the podcast soon, man. He's been here enough. So, hey, this is your boy Jonathan Bam Rivers. This has been another phenomenal episode of the Alliance Insights Podcast, and we'll see you next time.